Wilson, Dick Enberg, so long from
Gilman Baker, the wideouts. The offensive line, and this has been revamped from midseason on. Elliott, the rookie at left tackle. Eric Moore, the rookie at right guard. And Riesenberg is only in his second year. 2nd and 10. Joe Morris up the middle to the 33-yard line. The tackle made by James Hasty, number 40. Morris about to go over 1,000 yards again. The average now up to 3.4, but only in the last 2 weeks has he really run with effectiveness.
Well, they've started running the football. The Giants are trying to run the football, and the thing that Morris does so well is that he'll stretch the linebackers wide and then cut back against them. That's exactly what he did to pick up 7 yards that time.
3rd and 2. Morris, first down, Giants at the 36.
Vern, one thing we can look for today is look for outside linebacker blitzes by these Jets. One thing that Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator for the Jets, wants to do to stop the Giant running game is blitz his 2 outside linebackers and force the running game in the middle and bring up the free safety and the strong safety to make the stops.
1st and 10, Giants, 35-yard line. Play fake again on first down. Sims goes at Hasty, left side. Pass is caught by Stephen Baker.
Something we were going to find out. Now, notice how far off Hasty is. Notice 40, he's giving Baker about 10-yard cushion. This is totally uncharacteristic of the corners of the Jets. Normally, Hasty, even in zones, will come up and press the wide receivers. That time, 10 yards off.
Sims has gone with a play-action pass on first down 2 times now. This time, it's a handoff to Carthen for a rare carry. And he's met at the line by Paul Fraze and then knocked down at the 49-yard line. Tackle is made by Kyle Clifton. There's Fraze. Man who replaced Mark Gastineau 8 weeks ago.
A rookie defensive end, and one of the things Gastineau, when he, as they say with the Jets, they don't say that he retired, they say he left us. He walked out on us. Fraze came in, and he has got him a sack last week, but when Gastineau left after 8 games, he had 7 sacks leading the team.
That's been the weakness of the Jets' defense. No pass rushing since Gastineau is gone. 2nd down and 9. Blitz coming. Good protection. And the pass caught. Bavaro at the 45 of the Jets. And the tackle immediately made by Rich Miano, who is going to draw the assignment on Bavaro for the day. Miano, interesting. Watch him contend. He gives away about 45 pounds.
Well, these are what teams call hot routes. When safeties blitz, the quarterback goes to the quickest man he can, and this time Sims had Bavaro. One of the problems Bavaro will have today is that he has a cracked toe, his big toe in his left foot. Therefore, it's hard for him to plant left and go right.
3rd and 2 from the 44, moments into the ball game. O.J. Anderson. First down at the 33. Bobby Humphrey makes the tackle. Anderson, a young Colt in this, his 10th year in the league, has really been rejuvenated this season.
And the Giants like to use Anderson primarily, Vern, in all short yardage situations and goal line situations. That time he went inside and dipped outside, gives a nice spell. He's a nice counteraction to Morris. So not quite as fast, but a lot stronger.
First down at the Jet 33. No score, opening moments of the game. Split backs. See if Sims might throw on first down again. Nope. Morris for a couple. Troy Benson was the first man there, number 54. This is a Giant team that was held to 14 yards rushing in a victory on the road in New Orleans, and then came back in December under Bill Parcells, and they exploded on the ground. 172 weeks ago, and Morris has been the cog. Second down, 7. No score. Corners coming up. Four-man rush. Sims deep on Hasty, left side. Tipped away by the rookie. Intended for Baker. And as you guessed, Phil Sims is going to test him early.
I want you to notice the difference in the technique of Hasty this time. Notice that he's in a bump situation. A bump and run has an inside technique. He allows Baker the outside move, and that tells everyone it's man coverage, and he has him man for man. If you have any questions as to, well, at least if Sims has any questions about whether or not Hasty can run, that right there should answer it.
Third-round draft choice out of Washington State. And the Giants have not done well on third down conversions. That's a key factor today. 3rd and 7, 4 wideouts. No blitz. Sims right side. Stacy Robinson first down at the 17. In front of John Booty and Rich Miano.
Excellent read by Sims. Sims will actually drop and look to his left for blitz control. He'll come around and pick up his single coverage man, and this is Robinson. Miano had him deep, but underneath him that time was 48. Humphrey had him underneath. Good job by Sims.
First down at the 17. Robinson, only his 7th catch of the season. I formation. Now Carthen goes left. Leads the block for Joe Morris, who cuts to the right and plunges down to the 12-yard line before Scott Mercereau, number 94, makes the tackle. And Joe Morris in quest of a 1,000-yard season. 19 yards for the ball game. And he's got it.
This is an ideal situation for Bud Carson's defense to gamble now. Get the Giants back, blitz, and here they come.
Here they come on the blitz. Sims, good protection. Rolls out to his left as Fraze missed him and then throws it away. Paul Fraze had the shot. And Sims was able to escape his tackle.
Well, there are several types of blitzes, but notice that these linebackers shoot the gaps. This is one of the things Carson wanted to do, was blitz up on the inside. Notice on the inside, the 2 linebackers blitzing. All this forms is a 5-man rush, actually. Very easy to pick up. If you bring a safety, then it becomes a problem. Good job, though, for Sims to throw the football out of the end zone.
Giants are 3 of 3 in third down conversions on this drive. They've got a 3rd and 5 now from the 12. 4-man rush, draw play. George Adams and Alex Gordon is right there.
It's a guessing game. It's all this is a guessing game. Sims had the pass on. Jets blitz their linebackers. This time, the Giants come out expecting a blitz and do the delayed draw. The Jets don't blitz. They sit there, they read. And one of the problems with draws, Vern, is that the Jets will play 2-gap. They will not rush and be aggressive with their linemen. They'll just have them engage the offensive lineman and then look and peek and see who has the football.
Paul McFadden has had a terrific year, 14 of 17 for the season since replacing Raul Alegre. Bad center, the kick is up and no good. Hostetler had to reach up behind him, and it disrupted the timing. So this lengthy drive of the Giants ends with no score. And watch the reaction of Joe Walton as McFadden hooks it left, and the score remains scoreless.
A newly imported car has arrived. It comes from a company with a reputation for quality and design, and the automotive press here has already begun to praise it for its performance, styling, and value. The interesting thing is that here is Japan, and the car they're importing is the Ford Taurus.
Now get a $500 cash bonus on Ford Taurus.
In the spirit of Christmas, this year the Miller Brewing Company will be making a donation to United Cerebral Palsy every time you buy Miller High Life, Miller Light, or Miller Genuine Draft. From all of us at Miller, Merry Christmas.
We're not a company, but we recognize potential. We develop it. We use it. We'll make sure that as your responsibility grows, so will you. As your ability for leadership grows, so will you. Working with us, you'll gain self-confidence, become a person with a future. We're not a company. We're your country. We're the Marines, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Ken O'Brien opens at quarterback. First time in a month he's gotten the start. 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, bothered by shoulder injury. And the Jets will open with 2 tight ends. Schuler goes to the right side. The only running back is Freeman McNeil. K.D. Dunn is also tight to the right. McNeil bobbles the handoff, then breaks loose to the 28-yard line. Tackle made by Pepper Johnson. Defensively, one change up front. Jim Burt, bothered by a swollen ankle, gives way to Eric Howard at nose tackle. The linebackers, and Harry Carson is active today, but not starting. Banks, Johnson, Reasons, and Lawrence Taylor. And in the secondary, Sheldon White, Perry Williams, Hill, and Terry Kennard. Now 2 running backs for the Jets, as Roger Vick is into the lineup. Schuler comes tight to the left. Wesley Walker in motion. Johnny Hector. Terry Kennard with a tackle as Joe Walton rotates his running backs and Hector goes out. For the Jets, O'Brien, McNeil, and Vick. Al Toon voted to the Pro Bowl for the 3rd year in a row. Wesley Walker at the other wide receiver spot. And the offensive line, Jeff Criswell, who draws Taylor today. Haight, Sweeney, Alexander, McElroy, and the other Pro Bowler, the tight end, Mickey Schuler. McNeil. Kennard brings him down. But an 8-yard gain to the 47. This Jet offense averaging almost 35 points the last 3 games. Look at the change just in the last 3. 35 points a game, 433 yards, and a 3rd down conversion rate of 55%.
That 55% 3rd down conversion is outstanding. The league average is about 36.
2nd down and 2. Johnny Hector.
One of the things we'll watch today is the blocking styles of both offensive lines. The Jets is a little bit more multiple. They will pull their guards and their tackles, whereas the Giants very seldom ever pull anyone other than their off-guard Billy Ard. But these Jets, under Dan Radakovich, will love to pull their guards and tackles and trap wide and trap short, trap inside and pull them and trap wide.
1st down and 10, Jets at the Giant 49. McNeil the setback on this play, and Schuler in motion. Here come the Giants. Run blitz. Deep left side, Al Toon at the 21 in front of Perry Williams. A 28-yard gain, his 90th catch of the year.
The blitz by Pepper Johnson and Lawrence Taylor from the outside. Notice that Schuler's in motion. He runs in the corner, picks up the corner, but look at Taylor come inside and is pushed down by Criswell, allowing just enough time for Toon to get around. There he is, beats Perry Williams wide open. Nice little pass by O'Brien. They handle the Giant blitz, and this has to send out a real positive signal to this Jet offensive line.
Left side, Roger Vick to the 19. Williams with the tackle. How about this explosive Jet start?
Well, I think Walton has to light. Got an injury. That's Perry Williams, the right corner. Look right at the center of your screen here, and you'll see there's 23. That's Williams coming up. He'll take on Vick, and then, ooh, right in the head, just knocks him flat down. Vick, head down, and then Williams with his head down, and then Vick delivered the blow. Backs will always tell you that right before the impact, it's important that the running back deliver the blow to the defensive back primarily, because you won't be hurt as much if you're the one that's delivering all the blows.
The Ford Mustang LX convertible. With its impressive list of standard features, it's just what the doctor ordered. Open up and say, ah.
Get up to $500 cash bonus on specially equipped Ford Mustang.
In 1859, Isaac Cook created a Great American champagne to launch the Great American Clipper ships. Today, people are still launching celebrations with Cook's Imperial American Champagne.
The product. The proving grounds. The results. STP gas treatment is the edge.
It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
When you come to Radio Shack's Christmas sale for electronic gifts, buy the stool-powered calculator first for just $8.88 and keep track of the money you save.
Like these realistic face reflex speakers, half price at $39.95 each.
Add this cordless phone at $20 savings, only $59.95.
And count on these LCD games for stocking stuffers, just $8.95 each.
That adds up to holiday savings.
The Christmas electronic sale, only at Radio Shack.
No score. Perry Williams, who was injured in the collision with Roger Vick, still down, and the medical staff out taking care of him. Watch the collision, Terry, that took place as Perry Williams got hit apparently by Roger Vick's shoulder.
Well, he's given away about 35 to 40 pounds, but notice that Williams puts his head down. And when he puts his head down, obviously he loses sight of the back, and that time Vick came in and lowered the shoulder, and it appears that he drove the top of the head down, and I would think, you know, that it's like a nerve, then obviously some type of concussion, but when you put that head down, you have no idea, and 9 times out of 10, you're going to get hurt. You're taught, at least I never was much of a defensive back, but always to have your head up, number one, so you can at least see, because a lot of times running backs or wide receivers will give you a move and go around you, so you're always taught to have your head up.
They are bringing the stretcher out right now.
Well, this poses a problem for the Giants, because here's what's going to happen. Sheldon White, the starting left corner, is the backup to Perry Williams. So I would think that White will move over to right corner. That's a problem because he's going from a left stance to a right stance. Number 2, now you have Wayne Haddix, the backup to White. He will move up, and the problem we'll have to wait and see is whether or not this will take the Giants out of their nickel and dime packages, which if these Jets get to throwing the football, they're going to need all the defensive backs they can get.
Perry Williams, the 5-year man out of North Carolina State, the injured Giant, and down at the 19 after the collision with Roger Vick.
Once again, Vernon, this really causes a lot of problems for the Giants, because there are no more corners. There are no backups left. All they have now is Tom Flynn at free safety and Adrian White at strong safety, and Gugumo's 41 hasn't played all year. So you have no experience now at the corners, and you can't afford now to lose White or Haddix. If you do, now you're going to take a safety and put him at corner, and that is not at times you support with corners, and you've got major problems then.
Concerned Giant bench with Bill Parcells looking on. And Perry Williams, and obviously with any kind of a head injury like this, they will take great care.
Well, there's so many nerves coming down that neck. I broke my neck many years ago in Pittsburgh, and I know how frightening neck injuries are. And when I see this, chills run up my back because you never know. I looked to see movement, and I did see him move his hands and his feet, so that's a good sign. And hopefully it's you know, worst thing, a mild concussion.
Perry Williams. Giants, of course, are the visiting team in this game. And it's the shortest road trip in the NFL. They had to make a trip of some 60 yards to the near sideline. They did not change locker rooms. They are in their regular locker room here, so that is where Perry Williams will be taken. And the Jets, of course, also have a full-time locker room here, and they are in their own.
But the Jets don't practice here. The Giants do. This is really, the Giants feel like this is their stadium. And they have all their facilities, weight rooms, and everything are right here.
Perry Williams, the cornerback out of North Carolina State, taking up the tunnel. Get word to you as quickly as we get it. Jets, 7 plays thus far in the drive. 61 yards, and just under 4 minutes after the missed field goal. They have a 2nd down and 8, and split backs behind Ken O'Brien. Fake, and O'Brien back with protection. Nobody open, lobs it deep for Schuler and overthrows it. Caught, but out of the end zone, incomplete. Third down. O'Brien with a shoulder injury. Interesting, Terry was telling us that it caused him to alter his throwing motion, and Pat Ryan noticed it about 5 weeks ago.
Right. Ryan was the one that noticed O'Brien had changed his motion by looking at practice tapes. And he said, Ken, you're not throwing the same way. Look at this. And he pointed it out to O'Brien, and he didn't realize he had a shoulder problem. Then he went to the doctors, and they all started looking to find out what the injury was.
3rd and 8. And Jeff Criswell had visions of Lawrence Taylor dancing around his feet. And he took an upright stance.
61 offense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
That is the essence of anticipation. There's Criswell. But he had a perfect stance.
Criswell, realizing his hands are full with Lawrence Taylor, that time just jumped the gun a little bit, didn't he? But they believe, these Jets believe that this guy will do an outstanding job on Taylor.
Criswell, a free agent from Graceland College. O'Brien out of the tackle, gets a good block on Taylor, and then throws it away. Taylor was there. And he's got to be exasperated as he just missed.
Well, Criswell anticipated where Taylor was going and took an outside setup. When he did that, Taylor came inside. And now, like a wild man, he's gone through 3 blockers trying to get to O'Brien. And then finally forcing O'Brien, that is Burke did, anyway, 74 to throw it out of the end zone.
41-yard effort for 37-year-old Pat Leahy, the all-time leading scorer in Jet history. Jets lead 3-0. But here's some good news for Giant fans. Herschel Walker has scored. The Cowboys lead Philadelphia 7-0.
Weave your way through the streets of Miami, and you'll come to a place where lions, bears, and eagles stalk their prey. It's Joe Robbie Stadium, home of Super Bowl 23. But to get there, you'll need a winning team and your Visa card. Because the Super Bowl takes only the best, and they don't take American Express. And now use Visa, and you could win a trip to the Super Bowl, even if your team doesn't. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Give me a hot, dusty day any time of year. Give me my favorite Ford and mud up to here, 'cause I love getting dirty. Love getting dirty. Yes, I love getting dirty. So give me rain and puddles in my 4x4. Give me a brand new Ranger and I'll never be bored, 'cause I love getting dirty.
The newly designed Ford Ranger.
Yes, I love getting dirty.
Get up to $500 cash bonus on the Fun Tough '89 Ford Ranger.
Blue Diamond almond growers know their almonds are always a main attraction. In fact, folks love the taste so much, they munch them just about anywhere. Blue Diamond almonds, anytime, anywhere.
Aren't you guys the Blue Diamond almond growers?
That's right.
Thanks.
10 a week, that's all we ask.
Seems fair to me.
The cadets of Army take on Butkus Award winner Derek Thomas and the full force defense of Alabama. It's the Sun Bowl Christmas Eve on CBS Sports.
4:31 to go first quarter. Jets draw first blood, 3-0. This is a sellout crowd, of course, in a Jet home game. But even the Jets were telling us they expect about a 60-40 split today, with almost half the crowd being Giant fans. And it's...
You know, it's funny that this is primarily a Jet crowd, but the fact is when both teams left, when the Giants left, they got a rousing stand applause, and then when the Jets went off, they were booed.
Good news from the Giant locker room. Perry Williams is the victim of a pinched nerve in his neck. Nothing more serious than that is the report. It's a recurrence of an old injury, thus the caution, but a pinched nerve is the medical report on Perry Williams. Wayne Haddix. Fumbles, but out of bounds. It'll be Giant ball at the 27. Very impressive opening drive for the New York Jets. 9 plays, 61 yards, 4 minutes and 34 seconds. And Pat Leahy hit his 22nd field goal of 1988 to put the Jets on top by 3. There's the Dallas score, a 95-yard Cowboy drive, capped by a 1-yard Herschel Walker run. Dallas leads at 7-0. Bill Parcells said he had never hoped for a big Walker day more so than this afternoon. Motion. Now Mercereau is claiming that Bart Oates drew him offside. Here's Gordon McCarter.
Ball start, offensive center, 5 yards, still first down.
Bart Oates did. As Bill Parcells said yesterday, he'd called the Cowboy front office. And he said if Herschel runs for 175 yards, scores 2 touchdowns, and catches 7 passes, I, Bill Parcells, will fly him, Herschel, and his wife, Cindy, to New York, all expenses paid. Plus, let him stop in Georgia and see his folks.
I said New Jersey.
First and 15. Split backs. And a play fake by Phil Simms. Caught and dropped. Marty Lyons, the 10-year vet, who told us yesterday he is playing with a sense of rejuvenation because of all the youngsters in this Jet team. And a feeling that he had to pick it up a notch when, as he said, Mark Gastineau walked out on us.
Yeah, heavy emphasis on Mark Gastineau walked out. To help Marty Lyons, though, one of the things, again, Vern, that the Jets are doing is blitzing both outside linebackers.
2nd and 22. That is the 53rd sack the Giants have given up this year. Motion from Riesenberg. That'll cost them 5 more.
Ball start, 72 offense. 5 yards, still second down.
There's a couple of things are happening. Number one, either the Giants are losing their poise, because this is a clear indication that offensive linemen either cannot hear, thus the penalties. That's not the case. Secondly, they're not concentrating. They're trying to get the jump. And Simms is going to a longer count. So they have to hold in there, and they're a little bit antsy. They want to get off the football, thus the offside.
2nd and 27. Joe Morris with Arndt in front. Banged out of bounds by Rich Miano. Miano, an interesting story, just a sidelight to the game. Last week, the Jets played here, which is their home stadium. He left his shoes out at Hofstra University and had to borrow some from the Giants trainer. And he liked the shoes so much, he's wearing them again today. But he said he took special precautions to tape up the Giant blue. Those are Giant shoes.
Obviously, he doesn't have a shoe contract.
Third and 20. Stunts and a blitz. And an incomplete pass intended for Robinson, fourth down.
Miano, strong safety, coming up, getting inside of the line of scrimmage. There was no guesswork as to whether or not he was coming or not. Very easy for Sims to read. But the thing is, the Giant routes were only 4 yards down the field. Even if Robinson had caught the crossing pattern, he would have been tackled for a 4-yard gain, and they needed 16.
JoJo Townsell returned one for a touchdown last week, and he's got the best return average in the league. Maury Buford back at the 2. Return on all the way, and a fine punt. Nice spiral taken by Townsell at the 39. Gets by Gugamos, and then is knocked backwards as he reaches the 45-yard line. George Adams made the tackle. 44-yard punt. 7 on the return for Townsell. First down, Jets with a 3-0 lead.
44 yards on the punt. Mark and Brian, rockin' L.A. It's another hot one out there. 98, 12 degrees and no relief in sight. It's hot, hot, hot.
Right now, the only thing that would taste better than a nice cold one is a cold filtered one.
Man, I could sure go for one of these.
Because if you want a beer whose rich, smooth draft taste hasn't been changed by pasteurization, we've got it down cold.
Right.
Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as beer gets.
We have a slightly revised forecast. It's cool. Go, go.
We're not a company.
But outstanding people come to us every day.
People who want to make a contribution to a team and do work that really counts.
People eager to see new places, do the unusual, and find the unusual.
People who become your friends for life. People just like you.
We're not a company.
We're your country.
We're the Navy.
The Air Force.
The Marines.
The Army.
We're the armed forces.
It's a great place to start.
What do you think of the Ford Festiva? It's big. It's small. Sort of a big smallness.
Cutest little thing.
Festiva gives you features like a roomy interior, 660 powertrain warranty, sometimes even your own parking space. So it's big and small.
How about Festiva's price? It's small.
Small.
It's nothing.
Ford Festiva. Call it big, call it small, call it yours for only $56.99.
Get up to $400 cash bonus on manual transmission Festivas.
3:20 to go, first quarter. Jets got a 41-yard Pat Leahy field goal on their first drive. They've got the ball for the second time now, and they've got terrific field position at the 46, first and 10. Jets trying to go 8-7-1 in 1988 and win their second game in December, something they've not done often in recent years.
Yeah, they want that winning record.
First and 10, O'Brien. Under Jim Sweeney, play fake. Goes deep left side for Wesley Walker, who's open. He got by Terry Kennard. That is a 37-yard gain. And O'Brien told Terry and me on Friday, we need to get Walker involved more.
Right. And talking to everyone, they said, well, is Walker finished? Absolutely not. He's been wide open all year. We just have not gotten the football to him. Well, he averages 26 yards every time he catches it. And the thing that I'm impressed with is that O'Brien is hanging the ball up, and the wind's not having an effect on it.
First down, one running back, a double tight end set. Freeman McNeil comes left. Turns the corner and is out of bounds at the 11-yard line as Kennard forced him out. McNeil came in with a personal goal. If he gets through this ball game, it will be the first time in his illustrious but injury-marred career that he has been able to play in all 16 games. Never has done it before. And as a sidelight, he needs 101 yards today to go over 1,000 for the season.
Yeah, and he's SWAT. You know, Johnny Hector will come in and spell him. They consider Hector also a starter. So McNeil will run a couple, then he'll go out and Hector will run a couple.
And that probably has helped McNeil's longevity this year. Schuler, the motion man. The toss to Vick. Nice pressure from Taylor. And then Vick fights and grabs and scratches down inside the 10 near the 8 before Gary Reasons, number 55, makes the tackle.
Notice that Taylor will come in right now, and then the cut block right there. Taylor will be knocked completely off his feet. This is something the Jets want to do to Taylor, using their fullback. Coming in, that time Hector knocks Taylor completely down, allowing the back, that time Vick, to run.
Split backs on 3rd and 1. Marion Barber is the motion man, number 31. Lays the block, and that'll be close. It was Barber coming from a flanker position who led the way at Pepper Johnson before Johnson, number 52, made the tackle. And now the spot. At the 7, they'll bring the chain on.
Well, the Jets said that this is their playoff game. They like nothing better than to beat the Giants, get a little respect. And so I would say now, if they didn't make this first down, I would expect them to go for it. What the heck do you have to lose?
Well, they indicated that caution be gone today. They're going to throw everything they've got at the Giants.
That's the first down.
First and goal. And it's a 3-0 score right now with 2:16 to go, first quarter. Again, Herschel Walker's 1-yard run has given Dallas a 7-0 lead. New Orleans on a Bobby Hebert touchdown pass. Domingo Bryant returned an interception for a touchdown to give Houston a 10-0 lead. Putbacks. Gunn is in motion. Vick to the 5. Lawrence Taylor with the tackle, number 56. Tampa Bay leading Detroit 7-0 in the second. Tester Birdie threw a touchdown in that game.
Look now for O'Brien to come out with a little play action. He loves to get Schuler crossing down here and then hit him with the football. A little play action, come out and cross a tight end with a slot man.
McNeil lines up tight to the left side. Toon in motion. 3-step drop. Caught, touchdown, Mickey Schuler. And the 11-year vet who is going to the Pro Bowl for the second time in the last 3 years grabs his 5th touchdown catch of the year.
Schuler lined up as a slot back right in the center of your screen. Comes down outside, goes inside, and he's wide open. No play action, just stand up, little quick slant. There he is.
Schuler 5 yards from O'Brien. Leahy with the extra point. Snap is high, but the kick is good. And with 1:22 to go in the first quarter of play, the underdog New York Jets have taken a 10-0 edge on a Giant team wanting to win the division championship.
Now you're looking at Schuler, and the thing that Schuler allows, that time he didn't get into his tight end position for the play action. He went out wide as a wide receiver, and that's one of the things that a receiver like Schuler, a tight end who has the ability to get out wide and run routes from a flanker or a wingback position, that's what he does for your football team.
Schuler, the slant pass from 5 yards out. Interesting, he was talking about how the offensive scheme of the Jets is what enables him to be such a dominant player. It's the kind of offense they run.
Well, they use him so well. He's a motion man like an H-back. He's also a motion man and sets up like a wing-back back off the line of scrimmage, also sometimes even in the backfield. But the Jets do an outstanding job of utilizing his skills so very well, not just as a blocker, but as a receiver from all over the football field.
Mickey Schuler says he has a technique for his ability to catch all the passes. He said you catch the ball, then you open your eyes, and then you run.
That's right. The young kids were asking him what his secret is, and that's what he told them. I catch it, I open my eyes, and I went, oh, my feet are on the ground. Away I go.
Leahy will kick it. Gugamos will take it. And he is down at the 25-yard line. John Galvin makes the tackle of a 23-yard return. Key down, many will argue it's first down. And look what's happened on first down so far. The Giants have averaged 2 yards. And the Jets, primarily because of the 2 big pass plays to Toon and Wesley Walker, a 13-yard first down average.
Well, because of the weather here today, I think the Giants are taking advantage of it, and they've gotten away from the running game. I would look for them to go back to it now.
And off to Joe Morris, jammed up, breaks a tackle, and he's out to the 28-yard line. Giants, of course, have played very well here in December. Not so for the Jets. Bill Parcells' team, he wants that ground game, and they've really had an excellent December record. Let's compare the two. How about the Jets under Joe Walton? Since 1986, well, in December, they're 1-8. How about Bill Parcells? Been some Gatorade showers. They are 8-1. Those are the records for the respective teams in December since that man and Bill Parcells took over as the head coaches. Second down and 6. Power sweep. Morris, first down at the 37-yard line. As the final 20 seconds of the first quarter evaporate.
Morris is one of the few backs that can get outside and does get outside. You'll see all the great backs. Even O.J. Simpson, when he got his yardage, it was primarily off right tackle and then cutting back. But notice Carthon leading the way out wide with Morris and allow him to get on the perimeter and run with the football wide.
Joe Morris has 39 first quarter yards, but the Jets own the scoreboard. It's the Jets 10 and the Giants nothing at the end of 1.
In a crisis, Murphy Brown has nerves of steel.
I really want a cigarette.
And her staff is cool.
You've got a little gray thing that's stuck between your teeth, and it's been there all night.
Monday.
In 1987, the New York Giants won the Super Bowl, and the performance of offensive tackle Carl Nelson made that victory possible. But then a nagging shoulder injury had trainers asking for x-rays. They revealed not only a shoulder injury, but a tumor diagnosed as cancer. The future looked bleak for Carl Nelson.
Here I was in a fight for my life, tougher than any opponent I'd faced on the football field. But I wasn't in the fight alone. For more than 75 years, the American Cancer Society and the American people have been in a crusade to conquer cancer. Today, the doctors have given me a 95% chance for a cure. In many communities throughout the country, the American Cancer Society and the United Way are working together to save lives and reduce suffering. United Way. It brings out the best in all of us.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Ford and your Ford dealer. Have you driven a Ford lately? U.S. Armed Forces, it's a great place to start. And by Miller Genuine Draft, cold filtered draft taste is as real as it gets. Miller Brewing is the exclusive beer sponsor of today's telecast.
From Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, one of those unusual weather anomalies right now. We've got sunshine and snow flurries. And just to give you an idea of how crazy the wind can get here at Giant Stadium, the snowflakes are going down and then being blown back up and out of the stadium. It's referred to as a flurry. Vern Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw. Giants trail the Jets 10-0. Joe Morris, big hole. All the way to the Jet 42, a 20-yard gain. Morris's longest run of the year is only 27, an indication of the kind of running problems they've had this year. And that is only the third run all season, Terry, of 20 yards or more for the Giants.
Well, I got to believe Bill Parcells had a little saying to his offensive folks. He said, let's get away from this passing and get back to the running game because that's what we're doing best.
1st and 10. They'll run it again. Bart Oates at center. And Eric Moore at right guard got the holes in. Rich Miano with a tackle.
Sims waving, hurry up, give me a play. Now we can get ready to watch the blitz by the Jets. They have not blitzed their linebackers, and now the Giants have been able to blow them off the ball and run successfully. So now to counter that, look for Carson to come back and blitz his linebackers to stop the run.
2nd down and 2. Morris to the 30. Kevin MacArthur, number 57, makes the tackle. Interesting, Bud Carson said, we will use a lot of run blitz today. And Bill Parcells, when we asked him what he expected, he says, we think they're going to run blitzes.
It's like they had someone in each other's camp, but they know each other so well. And when we were in Carson's office the other day, he had film, he had tape. Some of it was even filmed as far as 3 years back on these Giants.
1st and 10 Giants. High formation. Carthen leads Morris around the right side, and Mercereau catches him from behind. The 2nd-year man out of Southern Connecticut, Scott Mercereau, number 94.
Hey, Mercereau has really come on strong. Got him a sack last week, and he's a nose tackle that has really become an impact player at nose tackle. And if we see today that Bart Oates is having trouble handling Mercereau by himself, then we expect R to possibly Moore to start doubling the nose tackle, and then that'll help the Jet defense free up one of their linebackers.
George Adams in the backfield now for the Giants on 2nd and 8. That's Adams in motion left. Sims back, pumps. He'll run. 1st down at the 17 before Paul Fraze caught him from behind. And that's a gain of 13.
One of the keys to running up the middle for a quarterback is the nose tackle. If the nose tackle goes this way, then there's the gap right here. This is what happened. Mercereau takes himself completely out of the picture, allowing the lane for Sims.
Back to live action. Deep handoff to Morris, left side. Marty Lyons, number 93, makes the tackle. Morris already with 12 carries for 75 yards. The number of carries for Joe Morris has increased dramatically as the cold weather has come on, and that's something that is by design. Bill Parcells' concept that you need to run the wind in the Northeast.
And you practice it. And the thing that's amazing is that Sims is out throwing the football. They have not practiced throwing the football as much as they have the running game.
2nd and 7. 10-0 Jets lead. Play fake. Rush on, and they've got him for the 2nd time. The whistle had blown. Marty Lyons, who said, I know I didn't play well a year ago. And he said he went down to Alabama, his alma mater, and spent 6 months working with Rich Wingo, and it really helped his attitude.
Well, one of the problems is Sims is in play action. When you're in play action, you have a hard time picking up the blitzing linebackers. Lyons is not a linebacker, but he is to the blind side of Sims, and he was on him before he could make an adjustment.
A career high of 7.5 sacks, and 2 this afternoon. 3rd and 19. With 10:50 to go in the first half. Ingram starts in motion. Sims throws it away. And it will be called in the grasp. Ken Rose, number 92. And that is his first sack of the year.
No one is open. This is a very complicated coverage scheme Carson uses. You don't know whether they're going to go in and out on the receivers, long and short, press and trail. You have no idea. But that time, the Giants, with their deep crossing patterns, took too long. Sims had no one open. All of a sudden, Rose has him for the sack.
And those back-to-back sacks have made this a 49-yard effort for McFadden. short.
Hey, do you believe in momentum? Well, I do, and right now the Jets have every bit of it.
For the second time in the first half, Paul McFadden, who had missed only 3, has missed here.
We're not a company.
But we'll give you a chance to work where there's always a challenge.
We'll give you opportunities to learn, to develop.
To perfect skills that you thought were beyond your reach.
We'll help you build a career that can reward you for the rest of your life.
We're not a company.
We're your country.
We're the Army.
The Navy.
The Air Force.
The Marines.
We're the Armed Forces.
It's a great place to start.
We asked 100 doctors with sore, aching wrists which pain reliever they'd recommend. They chose the Skill Twist cordless power screwdriver, now available in extra strength.
The Skill Super Twist at hardware stores and home centers.
Now there's a football game with all the sound, all the action, the challenge of the real game. Introducing play-by-play talking football, the best game next to the real game.
As the company that gave the world the first full line of four-wheel drive cars, Subaru's performance on hills is well known. What may not be so well known is that of all the Subarus registered since 1978, an astonishing 92% are still on the road, which could mean a Subaru will still be good on a hill when other cars are over it.
10:23 to go first half. Jets lead 10-0. Giants need a win to cinch the division. Thus far in the game, O'Brien 3 of 5 for 70 yards. Paul McFadden has missed 2 field goals, and the Jets have an 11-yard edge in total offense. 10-0. And a first down 10 from the 32. O'Brien deep right side. Caught at the 41. That's Schuler again. Of course, the Giants can still win the division if they lose today and if Philadelphia loses. And the Eagles are playing down at Texas Stadium. Luis Zendejas of the Eagles has just kicked a 37-yard field goal. Dallas still leads it 7-3.
One thing we're going to see a lot of, if in fact the Jets and O'Brien want to throw the football, one of the things to look for is this. They will not take any 7-step drops, no deep routes. They will do all their deep throwing from 5 steps, and obviously the reason is to set shallow, form a nice pocket by the lineman, but allow O'Brien the time to get rid of the football quickly, mainly because of the presence of Lawrence Taylor.
First down on the last pass, caught by Schuler. He lines up in the wing to the left side. Giants look like they're blitzing, and here they come on the run, and Vick bounces to the outside and is caught and driven back in a posse headed by Lawrence Taylor, and Terry Kennard was down in the middle of that as well, number 43. Jets come in 7-7-1 for the year, but the second quarter has been kind to the Jets this year. More than a 2-1 edge in scoring in this quarter. McNeil and Hector in the backfield now on second down and 7. Jets lead the Giants by 10. 9:08 to go first half. Blitz again. O'Brien, good protection deep for Walker. Walker has it behind Kenny Hill, first and goal. A 49-yard gain. The third huge pass completed by O'Brien, and the second big play caught by Walker.
Notice the blitz by Pepper Johnson and Lawrence Taylor, but O'Brien is only 5 yards deep, and one of the routes they want to get Walker on is the deep corner. They believe their receivers can beat these Giant safeties on corner routes, going into the post and back out to the corner of the end zone. That's exactly what Walker did. Fine job by O'Brien of staying in there shallow and getting the ball downfield.
And Kenny O'Brien, shoulder injury and all, is having a big first half. Timeout. O'Brien is 5 of 7 for 129 yards. Wesley Walker has caught 2 for 87.
The Range Rover. The Subaru Justy. The Subaru Justy is the lowest priced four-wheel drive you can buy, and it can go just about anywhere the highest priced can. And some places it can't. The Subaru Justy. Think of it as a Range Rover that's more in your range. It's a Radio Shack Merry Christmas.
Get super savings this Christmas on Tandy 1000 computer system. They're IBM PC compatible and include incredibly easy-to-use DeskMate software and color monitor. The HX is perfect for home and schoolwork. A faster SL is great for more advanced applications. The more powerful TL is ideal for business at home. And some of us even have innovative sound and speech.
Sale price Tandy 1000 computer systems from $7.99 to $13.99. Only at Radio Shack.
Pure. Genuine. Never heat pasteurized. A beer that's made unlike any other. Cold filtered to give you the rich, smooth taste of real draft beer. That's the mark of a great beer. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as it gets.
Join us for a celebration of winter sports with athletes who dream of Olympic gold. It's Winterfest Christmas Day on CBS Sports.
Battle of Gotham this afternoon from Giant Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. And the Jets have had the better of it thus far. Vern Lundquist, Terry Bradshaw, the Jets leading 10-0 with just over 8 minutes to go first half. And they have a first and goal from the 6. Jim Sweeney, the center, up over the nose guard, Eric Howard. Toss to the right. McNeil tripped and dropped for no gain. Eric Dorsey, the third-year man from Notre Dame, number 77, made the defensive play.
A new formation by the Jets, taking Hector and taking him out wide as a flanker, putting both wide receivers to the left, one back and a tight end. The reason, there's Hector coming inside on a block on Banks. The reason for the many multiple formations the Jets use is they believe that all the formations will make the Giants stop, look, think, and then react. And that thinking and reacting that they believe gives them the edge.
Schuler goes over to confront Lawrence Taylor on the left side. Now Taylor switches and comes back to the opposite side. And after all of that, the handoff up the middle to Vick. And he's down to the 2. Interesting. Schuler goes left. Taylor sees him, goes to the opposite side.
What the Jets wanted to do was take Schuler from the right side, set him down, pick him up, and then move him and put him over Taylor. They don't believe Taylor reacts well when he has a man over him. And then they did not expect Taylor to switch and go back to the weak side. And that's exactly what Taylor did. So the idea of flopping the tight end to get him over Taylor backfired.
3rd and goal from the 2. And the Giants put in their goal line defense, which means the presence of 2 men who will retire today, Harry Carson and George Martin. They're on the field right now. Johnny Hector hit by Pepper Johnson. 4th down. And a very impressive goal line stand by the Giants.
Well, if there's any such thing as some type of victory here, if the Giants can escape by only giving up a field goal, they've got to be pleased. That's an outstanding effort. Bad call, I thought. If there's ever a time to go play action, it's when the Giants are all bunched in there tight. Do your little play action and then get outside with O'Brien and have option routes. That time the Jets just ran off tackle. Nothing there.
Leahy from 20 yards out. First time this year he's kicked one from less than 21. And he's 2 for 2 for the day. But the Giants do thwart the Jets and hold them to 3. 5:58 to go in the half. It's 13-zip.
As the company that gave the world the first full line of four-wheel drive cars, Subaru's performance on hills is well known. What may not be so well known is that of all the Subarus registered since 1978, an astonishing 92% are still on the road, which could mean a Subaru will still be good on a hill when other cars are over it.
I don't know. What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I'd go to college.
Me too.
If I had the money.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
I don't know. What are you going to do?
You don't want those fries.
What are you going to do, Jack? Eat your way to college?
Really? I'm going to college on the new GI Bill. You serve full-time in the armed forces or part-time in the reserves, and you earn a lot of money for tuition.
The GI Bill.
Are you using that pickle?
For young men and women in the armed forces, it's a great place to start. See a local military recruiter.
What's he doing now?
He just keeps looking funny at the cigar.
Bet it's a Dutch Masters or El Producto.
How come?
Most cities don't use natural leaf wrappers anymore, but Garcia Vega still does. Garcia Vega gives you the rich tobacco taste of natural leaf wrappers. Hey, why don't you ring this guy's chimes and tell me he needs an honest cigar?
And now there's Garcia Vega Whiffs, another honest cigar.
He's doing it again.
Watch the Lakers and the Jazz tear up the courts. Watch the NBA Christmas Day on CBS Sports.
I want you to take a look. This is Marion Campbell I'm circling, and this
Marion Barber.
Marion Barber, thank you. I want to. He will go in motion, and Pepper Johnson follows him. Then Pepper comes back when Campbell comes back, and then Marion Barber is supposed to block Pepper Johnson. He does not, opening up a huge hole for Pepper Johnson to come in and make the stop.
Catch is made, and the tackle made almost simultaneously at the 19. Carl Howard makes the stop. Philadelphia, Dallas, key game. Let's go back to Brent Musburger.
Vern, it is 2nd and goal for the Philadelphia Eagles after a 10-yard holding call. Randall Cunningham, he's got Keith Jackson, touchdown, and now the Eagles lead the Cowboys for the first time today. It's 10-7. Let's go back to Vern.
All right, Brent, and of course, if the Giants lose today and the Eagles win the division by virtue of having swept the series over New York. Play fake on first down, Sims back, settles, almost picked off by Marty Lyons. What a big game he's having in the first half.
Oh, this can get frustrating even for a veteran like Sims when you have had very little good things happen to you. In a big game like this, all of a sudden your confidence level starts to go down. A little play action. Sims trying to get the ball over the line of scrimmage to Joe Morris, and then Marty Lyons coming in there, doggone near intercepted the pass.
Marty Lyons with 2 sacks and a knockdown. And it's 2nd down and 10. 5:44 to go, first half. Sims only 3 of 8 for 32 yards. Blitz, Sims out of it. And runs out of bounds with a moderate gain at the 20. Carl Howard had come on the blitz and was right in Phil Sims' face.
So many times you'll hear us talk about there are 2 areas on the field you like to blitz. Once going in to score, and then once when teams are backed up. The Giants are backed up, and now the Jets would like nothing better to really back them up. Howard, 28, with the safety blitz, misses Sims, and then finally is forced out of bounds.
Carl Howard, now in his 5th year, stays on the field, 3rd down and 10.
And now you got to start thinking blitz here. They're going to blitz me there, and it really becomes a problem for a quarterback having to worry all the time about blitzes.
Sims has been sacked twice. Stunts instead of a blitz. Sims across the middle. What a hit. And that is short of the first down at the 29. Mark Ingram made the grab, but he was popped. And now a discussion as Carl Howard looks on. Was it a catch?
Ingram, 82, would just run straight across the middle. Fine throw by Sims. One of the routes they wanted to run on these guys was crossing route.
Rule completed pass. Fourth down.
The ball is actually on Ingram's shoulder pads, and he holds on to it. His body's on the ground. He's down, and while he's rolling, eventually the ball touches the turf, but he has the catch.
JoJo Townsell back to return the punt. They whistled it dead prior to Buford's kick.
The play is being reviewed. All right.
You know, it really doesn't matter how you hold the football, if you hold it on the tip or in the middle, but as long as you...
Complete, fourth down.
Okay, as long as you have control of it, and this is what they're looking for. You look again, Ingram, 82, makes the catch, is hit, goes down on the ground, the ball sits on his shoulder pad, his elbow is down, and he has control of the football at the completion.
Now Buford on to punt. JoJo Townsell at the 25. Great punt. Fair catch, Townsell at the 16-yard line. That's a 54-yard punt and nothing on the return. Great day of sports action on Christmas Day, beginning with a CBS Sports Sunday Special Edition, Winterfest, a celebration of winter sports. Coverage includes World Cup skiing and the World Junior Figure Skating Championships from Europe. Then it's the NBA on CBS as the world champion Lakers take on the Utah Jazz. Christmas Day, beginning at 2 o'clock Eastern Time. 4:45 to go first half. 13-0, Jets lead. O'Brien into the flat for Vick. And out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Pepper Johnson forced him there.
That's a pass that I'm going to bring up again later on this telecast. That pass out into the flat to Victor is a screen, but it's primarily is designed to throw the ball deep into the corner to the wide receiver. If the linebackers drop deep, they throw the screen. That's what happened that time, and O'Brien hits Victor out there for a little screen. If the linebackers come up, then we can look for the deep corner route again to the wideouts.
2nd down and 3. Deep left side for Toon. Incomplete. As he had split Terry Kennard and Wayne Haddix. You know, the weather might have been much worse than it is. We're in the upper 20s. They expected a lot of snow, wind gusts, and yet I would think, Terry, it's a little difficult to grip the ball in weather like this.
Well, this weather is not so bad. If the wind was blowing a little more, Vern, I would say yes. But right now, this weather is not so bad. Now, in the second half, it can get very bad. It can change, and I expect it to get much colder and the wind to pick up. And if these Jets can drive down and get another touchdown, they are really going to be in the driver's seat because the Giants will be forced to throw.
3rd and 3. O'Brien across the middle, caught. First down at the 30. Mickey Schuler again. That's his 3rd catch. An 11th year from Penn State. Said the one thing he really liked about his selection to the Pro Bowl is that in his mind, people were voting for his consistency as a performer. Came to him late in his career twice. And he thought they were rewarding the duration of his career. Walker in motion. 1st and 10. McNeil to the 34-yard line. And that clock now down to 3:45 to go first half.
Critical series here for the Jets, even in this quarter. And I go back to that passing thing again with the cold weather, Vern. Very hard in this stadium when it gets cold and the wind picks up for a team to come in and throw the football. And if the Giants should find themselves down 20-0, boy, they've got to, I mean, they're uphill all the way in the second half, especially if the conditions worsen.
2nd and 8. Taylor looks like he might be coming. He is. O'Brien goes to the opposite side, and it's dropped. Johnny Hector had visions of Wayne Haddix.
Well, that's what you want. You want a running back out in the flat, wide open, single covered because obviously they feel like their cornerbacks can cover a running back out there. And then that time all that happened was Hector turned around and ran with the football, but he forgot to catch it.
Jets are 2 of 4 on their third down conversions. And they have a 3rd and 8 now. Walker comes wide to the right side. Again, the Giants playing with Perry Williams in the locker room, a pinched nerve in his neck. Early motion from Criswell, no flags. Yes, there is one now. O'Brien lets it go, and it's caught by Schuler, short of the first down. Now, was that a dead ball foul? It might have been. No. Taylor says take the play.
Illegal motion, number 61 offense, penalty declined, 4th down.
So the Giants will get it back with just under 3 minutes left. They have missed 2 field goals in the first half. Joe Prokop, he is on to punt for the first time. And the Giants call timeout, a 40-second timeout. They used one of their 3. More college football for you next weekend. On Saturday, CBS Sports travels to El Paso for the 53rd annual Sun Bowl as the 20th-ranked Alabama Crimson Tide battle the Cadets from Army. That's next Saturday on CBS Sports, starting at noon Eastern Time. They're going to split us up for a week.
Yeah, you're going to be in El Paso
with Pat Hayden. Yep.
Well, hey,
you're going to be home in Dallas with your feet propped up, right?
You bet.
Watching
Army, Alabama.
You better watch. You better not be playing golf.
No. You know, I take notes whenever I know you're on the air.
Even during.
You're my hero, of course.
2:58 to go in the first half. And there is McConkey. Said the wind swirls in this facility like nowhere else in the world. Obviously, he didn't play too many games at Shea Stadium. Prokop almost blocked. Tom Flynn got there. Fair catch. McConkey that's the 25th fair catch for him this year. He has made fair catches of almost a third of every punt that he's fielded. 37-yard punt on that one. Giants opened the ball game with an impressive drive and then missed a field goal. And they've had one more opportunity. They had 14 plays in the first drive, but McFadden missed. Then 3 plays and a punt, another 10-play drive with a missed field goal, and then 3 plays and a punt. So if that pattern is to be followed, they could string together 10, 11 plays on this drive before the first half ends.
Yeah, with 2 minutes and 50 seconds, O'Byrne, that's going to be hard to do.
Play fake. Sims across the middle. In and out of the hands of Maurice Carthen. On that last possession by the Giants, when Sims was forced to scramble, got a little testy when he went out of bounds and slammed the ball down to the surface. He might be getting a little agitated back there.
Well, frustrated would be a better word. They've been down twice. 2 really nice drives, 2 missed field goals. They cannot run the football. To score now, they've got to throw the football. They've had no success throwing the football.
Again, if the Giants win, they win the division. 4-man rush. Flags are down, 2 of them, and so is Sims. Ken Rose, that's his 2nd sack today. Bud Carson told us on Friday that he thought the Giants' offensive line was suspect.
He thought that he could send his linebackers.
Holding, number 60 offense, penalty decline, 3rd down.
That's Eric Moore. He thought that his linebackers could out quick the big tackles. He thought the tackles of the Giants were a little slow of foot, and he could use his quick linebackers to get around. Now, let me make something very clear here. This Rose guy is a 3rd-string linebacker. He's not even a 2nd stringer. He's a 3rd stringer, and he has been putting a lot of pressure on Phil Sims.
3rd and 20.
Blitz.
Blitz from the outside. Flag is down, so Sims.
Bobby Humphrey coming off of the slot, a delayed corner blitz.
Holding, 76 offense, penalty declined, 4th down.
That is the sixth first half sack of Phil Sims.
To the left of your screen, 48 will appear. That will be the line. Notice the linebackers, and now Bobby Humphrey, 48, the corner. A delayed blitz by the corner.
And a punting circumstance on 4th and 28. JoJo Townsell waits for Buford's punt. Again, if the Giants lose and the Eagles win, the Giants will have to back in as a wild card, and they'll need some help. 2-minute warning. Jets lead by 13.
Christmas Eve, Army and Alabama, the Sun Bowl on CBS Sports.
Tots champagne tonight.
Will your new car outlive your new car loan? Add STP's new Supra Wear Control to your oil to help reduce wear and help your engine last longer to protect your investment down the road. Buy STP Supra Wear Control now and save half off the purchase price.
The Duracell batteries we make now live longer than the ones from a few years back. Today's Duracell lasts up to 30% longer.
The Range Rover. The Subaru Justy. The Subaru Justy is the lowest priced four-wheel drive you can buy, and it can go just about anywhere the highest priced can. And some places it can't. The Subaru Justy. Think of it as a Range Rover that's more in your range.
2 minutes remaining first half. Jets lead the Giants 13-0. And that is a concerned Giant bench. Trailing by 13, and the Jets about to get another scoring opportunity. 4th down and 28. Townsell waits at his own 40-yard line. Maury Buford back in the end zone. Line drive. Goes by Townsell. And we're going to have an illegal block in the back against the Jets as Neil Gugamos was hit from behind. A 66-yard punt and about 35 on the roll. George Adams finally with the tackle. And somebody forgot what sport they're playing here.
Yeah, that was one of the all-time ugly kicks. That football didn't get 10 feet off the ground, hit, and then...
Illegal block from behind, number 40, receiving team during the return. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, 1st down.
That was a 66-yard punt for Buford. By 10 yards, his longest of the year, and it's probably the one he would least like to talk about.
You know, I held the state record for punting in Louisiana high school. I think I might still hold it. But they had one of those hurricanes come into town, and I kicked from about my 5-yard line and knocked it into the end zone.
95-yard punt?
That's right. It went about 8 yards in the air, and then every bounce was about 30 yards.
1:46 to go first half. And now the Jets are 90 yards away when they thought they might be at midfield. Here's Walker deep. And Sheldon White with good coverage. Pass held up a little bit.
Yeah, one of the things that O'Brien was concerned about is that as the game progresses, his shoulder gets tired. Not necessarily the pain, but the throwing arm gets tired, and therefore he loses some of the steam on the football, and Ryan can play. So if we see O'Brien start to underthrow his receivers, then we'll look for him to hit the bench, and then out comes Ryan.
Kenny O'Brien said he had no real idea what would happen, particularly in the second half of this game, as his shoulders started to throb, and he said it probably will do that. 2nd and 10. McNeil, nope, Hector. And he's out to the 12. Phil Simms, the Giant quarterback, has been sacked 6 times in the first half. Giant quarterbacks, all 3 had been sacked a total of 52 times. Coming up, it's 58 now.
For all of life's celebrations, in all of love's languages, only a diamond says forever.
Jets have sacked Phil Simms 6 times in the first half. The Giants have not gotten to Ken O'Brien yet. How many times has Simms been hit? 11. O'Brien has been touched only 4 times. 3rd and 8. Johnny Hector. That'll be close for the first down. See where the spot is at the 20. And he might come up just short. Sheldon White made the tackle.
Boy, did Hector do a beautiful job of setting up the block for his tackle that was pulling Criswell, dipping inside, froze the secondary, and then got the block by Criswell, allowing that time Hector to get outside, but a great job of dipping and then going back out.
That brings on Joe Prokop on 4th and 1, 1:30 to go, and Phil McConkey back, waits at the 40. McConkey said he never looks at the flags here to see which way the wind is blowing. He doesn't trust any of them. Short. McConkey fields it at the 50. And the Giants have 1:21 to go in the first half as K.D. Dunn makes the tackle. And they have 1 timeout left. 38-yard punt, 7 on the return. Coming up at halftime, Brent, Irv, and Dick with all the scores and highlights. And a look back at some of the plays of the year, from the unforgettable to the unbelievable. That's 81 seconds away. Simms, 4 of 10 for only 41 yards. Deep right side, triple coverage, incidental contact, no flag. Bavaro argues his case. First man Bavaro has talked to in 3 weeks.
Down the middle, Bavaro, lower left of your screen, running 28 just stride for stride. That's Howard. And then the collision comes over top that time from 36. Miano, the strong safety, and that's where Bavaro started hollering about pass interference.
2nd down and 10. Simms will run. And he got out of bounds with the first down at the 33. Bobby Humphrey forced him there. That's a gain of 17. And the second time that Simms has had to scramble for first down.
When you go into man coverage, which is what the Jets are doing, there's no one man that is covering the quarterback. So therefore, when the quarterback starts running with the football, there's no one that's responsible for him. That's why quarterbacks like Randall Cunningham run for so much yardage. Simms is doing that now, and by his scrambling, he will force the Jets to jump into zone if he continues to run with the ball.
1:08 to go first half. 13-0 Jets lead. 4-man rush. Simms, man open. Lionel Manuel, his first catch of the day, and that's at the 26. Bobby Humphrey makes the tackle, and the Giants have 1 timeout left. They will not use it now. There's Manuel peering in as Simms calls the play. Clock at 48 seconds. Handoff, George Adams. Nice call. Mixed it up, first down at the 16. And now the Giants use their final timeout.
That was smart play calling and smart audible. Way to use the audible by a quarterback. Realized he needed to get the first down. Knew he had a timeout left. Got the audible in there. And one of the things that you'll see Sims do that a lot of quarterbacks don't do. Matter of fact, I don't know if any that do this. He will make up run audibles in the huddle. He will say, look, if I go ride 38, that's ride 38. Well, we don't have it. I know, but I'm telling you, it's ride 38. If I go 35, well, that's 35 wham. Okay, everybody got that. He will actually make up run audibles in the huddle, and then he'll go to Ron Earhart, his offensive coordinator, and say, look, I'm doing this and I'm doing that. I'm making these audibles up. And he says, hey, fine, whatever you want to do, but that's Sims for you.
Terry, I'm just struck by one of those small little instances on which this game might hinge. It was 13-0. The Giants were in their end zone with a 4th and 28. They get a horrid kick that goes 66 yards and a penalty. They hold defensively, get the ball back at midfield. Now they have a chance to score. That 66-yard punt might turn out to be really significant. That catch made by Valaro at the 5. No timeouts left, 30 seconds to go.
Plenty of time for Sims to set his offense. If he wants to kill the clock, just take the snap and throw it down.
No.
There's no route call.
And that stops the clock with 17 seconds
There
to go.
was no route called. Sims dropped back. He had a basic pass called, a pass blocking scheme, but no routes were run by any of the receivers. They thought that he was going to take the ball and throw it to the ground and kill the clock, which is what I would have done. It makes no difference now. They cannot get a first down. They got 4 downs to get it in the end zone. Kill one, throw it away, set up, go in the huddle, and then call a play.
Maybe his receivers thought he was calling a run audible.
Well, no, I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
2nd and goal. Sims, incomplete. Lionel Manuel with John Booty defending.
The routes the Giants want to run against the Jets is inside routes. The thing that the Giants have in their receivers is outstanding route runners. But what the Jets are doing is taking two defenders and going in and out, putting one on the outside shoulder and one on the inside shoulder. And now it's very hard to go inside and outside. But the way to throw the football down here against Bud Carson is to throw hooks.
3rd and goal.
Hook.
Caught. Touchdown. Stephen Baker. When they start writing about this one, remember that 66-yard punt. McFadden's extra point is good. Watch Baker run the hook.
Sims checks blitz to his right, sets up, now turns to his left. Baker, 85, comes into your frame. And what did he run? He ran a hook. I'm telling you, that's how you do it when they go in and out. It'll be to the right of your screen. Notice Sims peeks to the left, to his right for blitz control. Now turns around and Baker comes inside on a hook. And we're talking leaders. And if you want to watch a guy that loves to win, that hates to lose, there he is right there. You got to like that.
19th touchdown toss of the year for Phil Sims. And Baker gets his 6th TD grab. And with 2 minutes to go in the first half, the Jets were leading 13-0 and appeared to be on the verge of getting the ball near midfield.
That's right. If they could have scored on that one drive, they would have had a 20-0 lead, which would have forced these Giants in the second half, Vern, to have to play catch-up, and you would do that throwing the football.
10 seconds to go in this half. And McFadden will kick it deep to either Bobby Humphrey or JoJo Townsell. Squib kick. Nu'ufaola. And he is cut down by George Adams at the 29-yard line. 6 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, Nu'ufaola almost tripped, and had he tripped and fallen down, the Giants would have been right there to recover that ball.
Again, the Giants, if they win the division, regardless of what the Eagles do. If the Giants lose and the Eagles win in Dallas, then Bill Parcells' team can only get in as a wild card. So how big was the touchdown just before halftime? That's the end of the first half with our score, the New York Jets 13 and the New York Giants 7.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Subaru. We built our reputation by building a better car. First Brands Corporation, makers of new STP Supra wear control. And by Tots Champagne. Experience Tots tonight.
You know, some things in life are as inevitable as the tide. I always thought there really wasn't anything I could do about my hair loss until I talked to my doctor. He diagnosed my problem. We talked about the treatment options. It's good to have the medical facts. And the fact is, there may be some hope for me.
See your doctor if you're concerned about hair loss.
This one's for better people. This one's for the good times. Better people, play at Harrods. You're the top, the best, it's true. This one's for better people. This one's for you.
The better people, the better Atlantic City. Harrah's Marina Hotel Casino.
If you love mystery.
He's been frozen for 35 years.
You're going to file a report accusing my husband of murder?
A very chilling Murder, She Wrote. Then, remember that crazy bunch you grew up with?
Those kids were terrific.
It's time to see them again.
That sounds perfect.
To share the fun and the festivities, the laughter and the love.
Everybody came back.
Join the celebration when the gang you grew up with comes home for the holidays. It's a very Brady Christmas tonight.
Welcome back to New York. Okay, my two experts assure me that the Giants are all right. They're going to win this game. So what happens? The Jets lead 13-7. And in case you tuned in a little bit late, this was O'Brien to his tight end, Mickey Schuler, and the Jets built a 10-point lead. But really, it has been the Jet defense. They've been all over Phil Simms. They had 6 sacks, and that was Marty Lyons against Bill Parcells' offense. But how about the largely ignored Wesley Walker this season? 49 yards, and that set up still another field goal. And then with the final seconds ticking away, this was a key touchdown here because it really keeps the Giants in it.
Yeah, the fact they were totally dominated in the first half. That last drive they went on and came back and got a score when they needed it. But they've had some problems in the first half, friends. You can really put your fingers on. First of all, Jim Burt, the starting nose tackle, is out. Hurt his foot in practice Thursday. He's not playing today. And Perry Williams, their starting right cornerback, was hurt earlier in the game, and he's out. And the Jets are kind of picking on that secondary back
Well,
there.
and they've been picking on the offensive line. They've been getting to Phil Simms also. But don't worry, there's 30 more minutes.
All right, Philadelphia and Dallas, of course, this game, all of you are aware of the importance that if the Giants lose and the Eagles win, they capture a division title. The Giants can still get in if they lose and the Eagles win, and that would simply be if the Rams lose tonight to the 49ers, the Giants would be a wild card. You might want to keep that in mind. Now, this is Herschel Walker pounding in from a yard out, and Dallas led it 7-0. Buddy Ryan's offense came back. The Rocket Man, Irv.
The Rocket Man to his favorite target this year, the rookie tight end from Oklahoma, Keith Jackson, latches onto this one, a 12-yard touchdown to get the Eagles on the board.
Now, over in the AFC, Irv, it is simple for Cleveland this afternoon. They must win, and if they do, they would host Houston again next week in the AFC wildcard game, but it's not going to be easy. Don Strock cannot move the offense. It's a nasty day in Cleveland. He has thrown 3 interceptions, one of which was returned for a touchdown. Buffalo leading Indianapolis. The Colts need a win plus a combination to get in the playoffs. New Orleans over Atlanta right now, 7-3 as they get ready to start the second half. And, Dick, what a great run here by Buford
This is
George.
like a delayed, and Buford George just, you know, bounces off of people. And here Andre Bruce tries to block tackle him and not put his arms around him, but so Buford keeps going. It looks like a fumble here, but it was bone dead.
And then they get a touchdown pass from Hebert.
Yeah, and it's been tough. The last couple of weeks, they haven't been scoring as much as they would like inside the 20, but right here he hits Zelton, and they pick up a 13-yard score.
You know, I think all of you, what a roller coaster ride the whole season has been, not only for teams, but also for players, none more so than Vinny Testaverde of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 3 more interceptions, but Vinny also has gotten the ball into the end zone, like this pass right here to Carrier. Irv, I got to ask you, on this one interception, who do you think he was here? Doug Flutie?
Let's take a look. What is he trying? What does he see, do you think? You know, one of the problems he says he has is, whoops, a little dump pass that didn't work. Yeah.
The biggest problem was the fact that his former Miami teammate Vinny Blades was standing right there to intercept it. Pittsburgh and Miami, that one is 20-17. Dick and Irv have got the plays of the year coming your way right after these messages from your local stations.